Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Uncut Africa Live. I'm coming. I will be right back. I just want you to stay tuned. We are coming to discuss a whole lot of stuff that's very important. Hello viewers. Okay. I want to get things right. Hello viewers. Welcome to my channel, Uncut Africa Live, a channel that brings you insight of African politics. And today I want us to discuss something that has been trending almost a month, but I haven't been able to get time for us to discuss. I want us to know something. This channel has been all about African liberation. It has to be not only African but Black liberation. So we are normally empowering, or we are trying to send message of liberation to our people that are still in the hands of slavery. And many people outside there, I think most of the Western countries has been able to achieve something through their media. Most of the Western countries has been able to achieve a lot of things through their media, and it hasn't helped the brand Africa. It hasn't helped the brand Africa. So most of the times when we are talking about Africa, things through their media, and it hasn't. So when we are talking about Africa, what people knows us to be, Africa to be is all about the kids with flies all over their faces and a whole lot of stuff. And this month, I think it started from, early this month or something, one of African American streamer called Speed came to Africa, and a whole lot of things has changed after Speed came to Africa. And this is something I want us to discuss about. That I saw a lot of when Speed was still streaming across Africa. I saw a whole lot of people, crying all over social media that the Western media has deceived them. They didn't know Africa is a developed continent, and also Africa is not all about the poor people who are hungry on the street. And also Africa is quite civilized, even compared to most of the Western countries. These discussions has been happening across social media, and it gets to be one of the moments that many people realized the mistakes they have done of tagging Africa as a poor continent, and this has not really helped build a progressive Africa. But through the streaming of Speed, I think I show Speed, his streaming, it has exposed the Western countries stereotype that they sent around the world that Africa is a poor continent, Africa is this, and a lot of, especially the Black Americans or the African Americans, most of them has confessed that they never thought Africa was this civilized or this developed, and many people has promised to visit Africa. So it seems the sentence Africa is the future is in the course. Africa is the future is in the course. Today I have changed my settings a little bit, so I'm trying to figure things out at the moment. I have changed my settings a little bit, but we can do it. I know we are going to do it. So far, those who have been able to join, I welcome you to my platform on Cat Africa Live, a channel that brings you insight of African politics. And it has been a great having this platform to trumpet the African liberation. I want to ask those who are live, I want to ask if you believe Africa is the future, because the way things are going, a lot of things are changing. A lot are changing when it comes to Africa, the continent. After Ghana President Akufo-Addo initiated the year of return, we have gotten quite a number of African Americans relocating to live in Ghana, to live their life in Africa, and many people are surviving. But after the Speed experience, the streaming that just happened, and I think it ended 3 days ago, it has also opened a lot of people's eye for them to also get the opportunity to visit the continent. So I'm trying to say, is it about time Africa takes things serious? Africa, we take our developmental progressive stuff serious, because the way things are going, I'm now trying to believe that the Africa is the future mantra that a lot of people has been saying is quietly coming to pass. So I want, if you are online, if you can also share your view, you can share it and I will read it on my platform. I want to do something small. Okay. So you can share your view through the comment section. You can share your view through the comment section. I'm trying to set things so that we can roll. You can share your views through the comment section. Do you think Africa is the future? Do you think if Africa will put things in place, Africa is going to be the future? I believe Africa is the future. You can share your view. Those who are online can share your view. Do you think Africa is the future? Because the way things are going, the way people have started yearning for Africa, the way people want to visit Africa, do you think Africa is the future? So let me brief you of what happens in Ghana. I have followed a lot of things that I show Speed streamed across Africa. But what happens in Ghana has been an eye-opener, and a lot of people has talked about this particular stream. When it happens in Ghana, many people have talked about it by the way Ghana showcased their culture, their entertainment industry, and also the way they also projected the resources they have through the share butter and a whole lot of things. Many things happens during the Ghana streams, and a lot of people have learned a lot. We have been trumpeting this message of Black liberation for quite too long, and it's about time people listen. And as I've told you, when I Show Speed was streaming and projecting Africa positively, we have other brothers who were also trying to downplay whatever he was doing. I think the FBA people, they were also all over other social platforms trying to, bring down whatever I Show Speed is doing. And I Show Speed try to be positive and project culture, food, the lifestyle of Africa, and even the resources. If I talk about resources, he visited in Botswana, he visited their diamond museum in Ghana. They also visited their gold museum, and he was able to find a whole lot of things that he even didn't know about it. But at the end of the day, we are able to identify things that can help Africa to progress. So do you think Africa is the future? Africa should be the future because we have a lot of untapped resources that is going to help us to progress, and the opportunity at the moment in Africa is quite huge compared to Western countries. The Western countries has already elapsed their opportunities because when it comes to resources, they are only relying on other continents, especially Africa, Asia, and what do we call it, South America, and other countries to survive. But when it comes to Africa, we still have, even though the Europeans keep on stealing our resources, we still have a lot of resources, and as I said, it untapped resources that we have not even touched yet. So this opened the door for development. This opens the door for development. Africa have both human resources because majority of African population are the youth, and if the youth are the majority, there will be a progress. So please, those who are online, we can come. This one, I'm not just trying to come and be live here. I want us to talk. I want us to discuss things among ourselves. I want us to discuss things among ourselves. So you can share your opinion. You can ask questions in the comment section, and I'm going to reply you, or we are going to discuss about this particular discussion. Do you think Africa is the future? Africa is the future. Now we know when it comes to big economy in the world, now we are swinging to Asia, which I mean China. China has become very big economy, and now I can see many European leaders have started running to China. Somewhere 2 weeks ago, we saw Canada Prime Minister running to China. Just last week, or I think this week, we have seen the UK Prime Minister also running to China. So from China, I know definitely it will be coming to Africa, but it's about time Africa we put our house in order. We have to put our house in order because the light that are shining on Africa, it has to be a positive light, and a lot of things are happening across Africa that I think I can assure you Africa is the future. But those who are online can also tell me their mind about if Africa is really the future. If Africa is really the future. I think Africa is the future because we have a lot of untapped resources. We have a lot of untapped resources. I can tell you what Africa lack right now is leadership. What Africa lack right now is leadership. So if we are able to get our leadership right, then I know we are going to get many things right. What Africa lack is the leadership. We lack a lot of leadership skills, and we are going to get that because I can tell you many Africans are now waking up. Many Africans are now waking up, and it's going to be a very huge improvement in the continent. So let us talk. Let us talk. Today I think I decided to change my settings more because I'm coming. I decided to change my setting a little bit, so I'm now trying to figure out. It has been quite a while since I came online, so I'm still trying to do a proper setup, and I think is that's what I'm doing right now. I've been able to figure things out. Okay, so my question is, do you think Africa is the future? We can share a lot in the comment section. Do you think Africa is the future? Those who are online, you can also share your opinion because we are talking of Black liberation. We want to liberate our people. We want to liberate those who are still under the shackles of slavery. Those who are still under the shackles of slavery. We are trying to liberate ourselves. We are all about Black empowerment and Black liberation. We want to liberate our people from mental slavery, and that is what exactly we are trying to do. So, do you think Africa is the future? What speed did or what speed has done within a month has really opened a lot of people's eye? What speed has done within a month has opened a lot of people's eye, and that is why we are trying to also take advantage of it, because the positivity in Africa is more than the negativity. But for quite some time now, the Western media has only highlighted the negativity in Africa, and that is what has affecting us in any way. A lot of things has affected Africa in many ways, and that is something that we need to talk about. That is something that we need to talk about. That is something that we need to talk about. So let's talk. We have to talk. Africa in many ways, and that is something that we need to talk about. That is something that we need to talk about. That is something that we need to talk about. So let's talk. We have to talk. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. So, okay, I think I have one architect. I think architect on the job. Yeah. So you said always, always was, always will be. Yeah. Africa has always been the future and always will be. So that was architect on the job. So that is something I think you are right. We have always been the future and we are going to be the future always. What I think Africa need right now is the unity. Africa has to unite. Africa has to unite. And that is the only thing that is, I think, affecting us at the moment. Because of our division, they normally call it divide and conquer. How because of our division, so it has made us being able to be manipulated. They have been able to manipulate us because we have been divided into pieces as a continent, and we don't even trade among ourselves. Africa, we don't trade among ourselves, we don't do business together, and we are always going to the world market separately. So this has been able to affect the way we do business, or this has been able to affect our economy. Things are not going well because we decide to ignore ourselves and go to bigger platforms individually. And you can see a country small like Togo, or a country like Cape Verde going to the world market, competing with China, competing with America, competing with India. How are they going to take you serious? But if Africa should have come together, we can say because we have different tribes, we have different ethnicity in Africa. We can say for us to come together is going to be difficult. But if you are not going to come together as people, we can come together economically so that we can be able to go to the world market as one people. So, and that will help the Western countries to take advantage of us. And these are things that we have to put in place. So sometimes what we should do is it's about time we link our country together. In Africa, we have to link ourselves together. We have to the problem is how we are not being able to link ourselves together. We have to link ourselves together because at the end of the day, if we want to trade among ourselves, it doesn't have to be always flight. We have to link ourselves through routes. They have to be maybe easily route that can link Ghana to Togo, from Togo to Benin, from Benin to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Cameroon. You know how it works, and we have to also be able to get money to construct railway lines that can be more easily for us to link each other. Most of the times, a lot of people are complaining that traveling from Ghana to UK or traveling from Ghana to US is more easier than a Ghanaian traveling to Kenya, a Ghanaian traveling to Ivory Coast, or a Ghanaian traveling to Mauritania. That has been one of our difficulties. So how are we going to solve such problems? How are we going to solve such problems? So architects on the job, that's true. We are on again, we are Africans first. That is exactly how we have to be. We are African first. So we come here not to bash leaders. We come here to find solutions because the leaders, we know the most of African leaders has been serving as puppets for the Western. Most of African countries, country leaders are serving as puppets for the Western countries. So this has made it difficult for them to take decisions that can bring progress, for them to take decisions that can bring problems. And this has been our issue. This has been our main issue that is affecting us. That's why I'm asking, what do you think Africa is the future? Thanks, architects on the job for for the gift. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I appreciate anyone. And please, those who are online, today is a simple question. Do you think Africa is the future? Do you think Africa is the future? For me, I believe Africa is the future and is going to be always the future. That is the fact. That is the fact. Africa is the future today and is going to be the future tomorrow. But what do we lack? We lack leadership. We lack leaderships. We like leadership like Kwame Nkrumah. We lack leadership like Thomas Sankara. We lack leadership like Patrice Lumumba. We lack leadership like Jomo Kenyatta and all these great heroes who took bold decisions to put Africa continent in the map. But what do we see? The current leaders are only fighting for their pockets. The current leaders are only fighting for their pocket. So architect on the job is also saying we need to fall in love with ourselves again. That's exactly how it is. Me normally I call it as a continent, or as we need to be patriotic. We need to also love ourselves. The brainwashing, we have been able to brainwash, they have been able to brainwash us to hate ourselves. And that has been the main stumbling block that has been affecting Africa for a very long time. We have been brainwashed to think that we are worthless. We have been brainwashed to think that we are worthless. We don't believe in ourselves again. We think we can't do anything without the white man's approval. And that has been the way they have used to brainwash us. Many African leaders cannot generate money locally. They can't even generate money for themselves. They always have to go to the Western countries like IMF, like World Bank, before they can rule their country. And this has been able to allow the Western countries to take in charge of our country, to dictate to us, to do everything to us. And that has been affecting us. So Glory, is it Glory X something, XPL? It's about time that mindset has changed. Unity is the key to a strong community, that strong economy. Yeah, that's true. Glory. It's about time that mindset has to change. I think maybe that's how you mean. It's about time that mindset has to change. Unity is the key to strong community, that strong economy, and that is very true. That's very true. The mindset, and I will say the way they were able to put systems in Africa is all about the systems. The way they were able to put systems that can control our thinking. They put things in place that can control us, and whether we like it or not, that has been the main issue of Africa. Our educational systems, religious systems, and there is another one: education, religion, and our culture. They were able to control us, our mind, to think that our culture is evil. They were able to control our mind to think our culture is evil. So it's about time sometimes it's about time we relearn a whole lot of things. We have to unlearn and also relearn many things, because the manner they have indoctrinated us, make us behave like we don't know our left from right. They have been able to brainwash us to think that we are worthless. Through education, through religion, and cultural wise, they have been able to influence us with their culture and we have been always throwing our culture away. And that has been one of the issues that has not helped us to progress. So those who are online, I'm still reading your message, and those who are online can still share their language. Do you think Africa is the future? Do you think Africa is the future? Because since the beginning of this month, many perspectives have changed about Africa. Now everybody wants to visit Africa after Speed stream live 20 African countries. 20 African countries. It has led many people trying to visit Africa. And me, what I have always felt sad about our people is that many people, many African Americans or many blacks in diaspora has decided not to have anything to do with Africa. And this has been able to allow the other race to come in to Africa to do investment, and they are cashing out big time in Africa. When you come to Ghana, the Lebanese, the Indians has taken over our shopping malls. They are creating huge business in Ghana, and they are making a whole lot of money, and they are taking it back to their country. But the blacks, the black people who are in diaspora are rather running away from Africa. If they should have been able to come to also set up serious businesses in Africa, it should have bring progress. Yeah, it's not that easy to survive in Africa. But if you are able to achieve all these things, if you are able to jam the hurdles, and you are able to establish yourself in Africa, it's going to be one of the best experience you are going to have. Because in Africa, our systems are not like the Western country where they have put it in a way of always struggling. You have to be always waking up to struggle. Africa, our systems are quite flexible. Our systems are quite flexible. And if you are able to establish yourself, establish businesses in Africa, you are going to enjoy. And this is not about, you can ask those who have, you are the other diasporans who have moved to Africa. Some of the things hasn't been properly set up. Some of our institution has not been properly set up. We know corruptions are also killing some of our people. But if you are able to beat all these things and establish yourself, you are going to enjoy. So I want everybody who is online to, also share your mind for us to tell. If you believe Africa is the future, let us know. Why do you think Africa is the future? Why do you think Africa is the future? If you believe Africa is the future, I think you should just just let us know, and we are going to if you put it in the comment section, I'm going to read it for everybody to who is watching to be able to get whatever we are discussing. So I can tell you, we today is this year has is the today is the second time I'm coming on live. I'm trying to change my setup from the traditional way I used to sit and change things. So today I'm trying to do a new thing. I decided to change the setup small. So I'm still, we are still learning. So let me know. Let me know. Do you think Africa is the future? Do you think Africa is the future? You can share your thoughts in the comment section, and I'm going to read it. If you think Africa is the future, please share your mind. Me, I think Africa is the future. I've talked a lot. I've said a whole lot of things about why I think Africa is the future and the things we should put in place so that we can progress faster. The Asians has done it. China used a few years to turn things around. So if Africa, we take the bull by the horn and we decide to, why don't we unite and do things together, is going to help us. If we decide, if we put our mind to it, we are going to do a lot in the continent, because let me tell you, the resources we have in Africa is enough for it to take us in places. The resources we have in Africa is enough. Is enough. We have huge resources that can help us progress, and that is what we have to use it as leverage. We can't always be dependent on the World Bank. We can't always be dependent on the IMF for them to control our economy. It's about time we take correct decisions that can help build Africa. Now, Africa is one place that is, I'll be talking about the country. I mean, in Ghana, is one place that is very peaceful. And if you live in Ghana, you are going to have a peace of mind. And as I said, yes, we have some institutions that are not well established, and sometimes you find few difficulties. But if you are able to beat through the system, you are going to enjoy. You are going to enjoy how things are working here. So please share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. So if architect on the job, if you are still online, thank you. I really appreciate your gift. And Glory, I think if it's Glory SPL. Also, thanks for the comments. So anyone who is online you can also share your opinion, so that we will wrap up stuff. We will wrap up stuff. So let's talk. Let's talk. Is one thing that I have realized is also affecting us a lot is, I think, the competition within African countries. There is too much competition within ourselves. There is too much competition where we are as a continent. I don't think too much competition is helping us. We rather have to collaborate. We don't have to really compete for us to be thinking I have to be the best in Africa. I have to that competition has also, I think, is also putting a whole lot of retrogression mindset to many Africans, because most at times competition is good, but it has to be healthy. If there is too much hatred and all this competition, other countries won't even think of helping each other, or if this country have their resources, they won't try to support other countries that don't have, because we think we have to be the best, this country have to be there, and that unhealthy competition is also dragging us down. So Avion's village, yes, Africa is the future for mankind. Avion's village, Africa is the future for mankind. Yes, that's true. Africa is the future. I haven't been to any Western country, but I've heard a lot of things about Western countries that I think is not healthy when it comes to the food they eat, and when it comes to a lot of people comes to Ghana, and when they eat fruits, they are always making positive comments about how the fruits in Ghana taste different than the Western country, because they think most of the Western countries food are GMO, and a lot of people talks about it. And these are all advantages that Africa should have taken. Africa should have been able to provide organic food around the world, but you can imagine they are rather bringing the GMO food to us to try to destroy our lands. And many African countries are now even switching to the direction of GMO. You know, our leaders are too corrupt that you can't even find a way of describing them. I've already said that one of our problem is one of our problems is leadership. Is leadership. The leaders, and one thing I would say is we are lacking leadership because they have decided to rather let how should I put it? They have been able to impose system on us. They have been able to impose system on us that has let us down. The democratic system is somehow not working in Africa. It's not working in Africa. So they have put some systems on us that are not progressive systems. It's not really progressive. So it's about time all these things, if a serious leader comes to power, they have to put things in place, leadership that will bring progress, leadership that will bring progress. So let's those online, let's share our views. Let's share our views. Let's share our views concerning the way things are going in Africa. Sorry. Concerning the way things are going in Africa, let's share our views. So as I said, today I wanted to I wanted to change my setup to see how my new setup look, and I think as I'm checking, it has been impressive. And so what I would do is, now I've been able to put things together. The whole year, this is my second time coming live. Now I've been able to put things together. I'll try my best to be coming every evening these days. I want to let my followers or my subscribers knows that I haven't left, because I left here for almost 2 years. I've been posting long videos, but when I'm talking about live, I've been able to come on live for a very long time. So this year is my second time. I was trying to change my setup, and I know, so I decided to do something brief today, and I've enjoyed it, and I know you have also enjoyed it. Tomorrow, we have a lot to talk about. Tomorrow, I want us to look at how European leaders were able to criticize African leaders of associating themselves with China. But these days, we have seen how European leaders and American leaders are rather rushing to China to seek for partnership and trade partnership and a whole lot. When China was investing in Africa, many European leaders were criticizing, and they were questioning how African leaders are trying to be friends with China, and even some Western leaders were somehow threatening African leaders of trying to, uh, uh, trade with China. And tomorrow I want us to touch that particular topic because it's very important, and we have to look through the hypocrisy in this world. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload any great content, you will be notified. I'm always your guy, Digraft Amuakon. Thanks for watching.